bunch of princesses. It accouches as well. You're still in a castle. It's fantastic. Food's good, so highly recommended. For lunch, you may want to try a completely different character dining experience. One we like even more than accouches, maybe, and that's Garden Grill, located on the Floral Pavilion. This restaurant serves top-notch, comfortable classics on its menu in a dining room that slowly rotates during your meals. On the first floor of the Land Pavilion, you can eat a much cheaper meal at Sunshine Seasons, which is set up like an elevated food court that serves classic theme park staples, along with a few more adventurous options in the mix, like stir-fried shrimp and burrito tacos. Now here's one of my favorite Disney topics of them all, Epcot snacks. Look, I could go on and on and on about which snacks you need to try around Epcot, but we still got 2 more park days to go, my friends. So instead, I'm going to focus on just one snacking option for now, and then I'm going to encourage you to check out our Ranking the Best Snacks in Epcot Under $10 video when you get the chance, because we really cover a lot of Epcot snacking ground in that video, and I think you're really going to like it. So what snacks am I going to talk about right now?
Yes!
Of course, I'm going to talk about the festival snacks. During the festival at Epcot, you'll not only experience limited time entertainment, exclusive souvenirs, but you'll also be able to taste your way around the best thanks to their many, many, many food booths and outdoor kitchens. The next Epcot festival coming up after Flower and Garden is Food and Wine, which will be the first festival to use the new Communicore Hall and Plaza space. Food and Wine is going to kick off on August 29th this year, meaning a good chunk of the summer is not going to see any sort of festival, as far as we know right now. So if tasting your way around the festival, keep in mind taking a Disney adventure in the first place, make sure you check your vacation schedule and see if it aligns with one of the upcoming festivals so you don't accidentally miss out or get your hopes up for something that's not going to be around during your visit. Now finally, to wrap up your dining day around Epcot, let's find a good place for dinner. For something that has more of a date night vibe, you can book a table at Les Celliers Steakhouse in the Canada Pavilion, which has a menu of signature poutines, tender steakhouse cuts, and that oh-so-famous Canadian cheddar cheese soup. Or if you'd rather not eat somewhere real fancy, Regal Eagle Smokehouse is a great quick service featuring barbecue options inspired by the regions in this nation that are best known for their barbecue. Also, it's owned by none other than Sam the Eagle from the Muppets, so you know it's going to be patriotic. Alright, let's go track down some Disney friends. Along with all the festival programming, Communicore Hall is also going to be home for the Disney and Friends character meet and greet area, which we're pretty stoked to see start up. And if you're a big Figment the Purple Dragon fan, who's pretty much the Epcot mascot nowadays, thanks to his cult following, the Figgy meet and greet made its big debut last September and now takes place every day over at the Imagination Pavilion, which also houses the Journey into Imagination with Figment's Dark Ride. Along with these meet and greets, keep your eyes open for more character sightings that you'll stumble upon during your Epcot day. Just use the My Disney Experience app to track down characters you might appear outside of those
Good damn, that's a good girl. Good damn. That's a good girl.
This might be the most controversial decision of the entire itinerary so far, but that's okay, because I like to keep you on your toes. Instead of flat out buying a Hollywood Studios regular day park ticket, skip that and invest in an after-hours ticket instead. So, before I explain my reasoning for this, as well as the pros and cons, of course, that go along with this decision, let me catch y'all up on what an after-hours purchase actually is. After-hours are separately ticketed events that give guests access to attractions, entertainment, and character readings, sometimes for extra hours without the massive lines after the park closes for the rest of the general public. The capacity for this special event is limited, so guests have much easier access to certain park rides, including headliner attractions like Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Plus, you'll get other costs as well. Disney After Hours at Hollywood Studios begins at 9:30 p.m. and lasts for 3 hours, ending at 12:30 a.m. The guests can enter the park as early as 7 p.m. for that pre-party mix-in. This means you can still be there in time to watch Hollywood Studios Nighttime Spectacular Fantasmic and grab yourself some dinner. Okay, now that I got the basics out of the way, let's talk about the
girl. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit. Come. Yes. Good girl. Good shit. Good girl. Good girl. So right now we're working on our recall and our sit simultaneously, right? And we're gonna throwing it down. Come.
For a world of lovable scents,
Down.
get native hair
Down. Down. Lay down.
Why should you purchase an after-hours ticket instead of a regular day ticket? After a full day at Epcot, you're going to be able to sleep in as much as your family wants to, and then spend this break time before the after-hours event kicks off.
Come on, lay down.
Take advantage of some of those Disney Resort or Disney Springs offerings.
Yes, good down. That's a good down. Good girl. That's a good down.
Have a lot of great stage shows you can check out during the day.
Yes,
Indiana
that's
Jones
it.
Sun
That's a good
Spectacular,
girl.
First
That's
Time
it.
Forever, Frozen Sing-Along,
Girl.
Beauty and the Beast live on stage, and if you're visiting during this fall, Hollywood Studios
Sit.
is also going to be debuting their
Down.
reimagined show starring Ariel and friends called
Down.
Made a Musical Adventure. So the problem here is that these shows tend to have
Lay down.
performances around 4 or 5 p.m.
Lay down.
Even if you enter during the pre-party mix-in time, you're still going to miss all of those entertainment show things going on during the
down.
day. Now, you could purchase both a park ticket and an event ticket and just double up on your Hollywood Studios exposure, but those event tickets are not cheap. In the end, it all depends on what your family wants to prioritize.
Sit.
Don't forget, you actually
Down.
are going to be in the park when it's much cooler and the sun's not beating down on you if you're there during after hours.
Yes.
If
Good
honestly,
down.
you'll
Good
later on
down.
this
Good
year,
down.
that
That's
it
a
is
good
like in
girl.
the winter,
Good
but
down.
you're
That's a
still
good
gonna be
girl.
fine. Now,
Good.
let's pretend you did choose the after hours
Down.
route for day 4, just so I can show you what that
Down.
is going to look like. After your relaxing day lounging around your hotel or maybe exploring somewhere else entirely, the
Let's go
world
down.
is your
Come on.
oyster after all. I'd recommend
Come on.
getting over to Hollywood Studios a little bit before 7
Ah.
p.m. since the initial after hours crowds are going to start
Sit.
gathering around the park gate.
Yes.
Don't worry, these initial crowds will disperse once the event kicks off. Once you're allowed into the park, do not get in line for a ride just yet. The ride lines are still going to be pretty thick with regular day guests, so you're going to want to wait to hit up those back-to-back rides once the after-hours event officially kicks off for the night. Instead, use the pre-party time to grab a quick bite to eat that you can carry over to the Fantasmic Amphitheater. A
Down.
few solid quick-service spots you can grab food from to take over to the theater with you include places like Fairfax Fair on Sunset Boulevard, literally steps away from the Fantasmic entrance. We always get those mashed potato dishes.
Down.
Backyard Express over in Echo Lake. Dockside Diner
Yes.
for hot dogs, also over
Good
in Echo Lake,
down.
Commissary
Good
and
down.
Library
Good
Lane.
girl.
That
Good
and Backyard
down.
Express are going to
Good
be
girl.
a bit
Good
of a walk
down.
over to the Fantasmic Amphitheater.
Come.
If you're going to eat there.
Come.
Alright, we have made it to day 5,
Sit.
Magic Kingdom. You may not want to
Down.
make Magic Kingdom Day the last day of your trip, especially after an
Lay down.
after-hours event. And that's totally fair.
Yes.
That's why this is just
Good
a
down.
that you
Good
can adjust
down,
however
girl.
you
Good
want. But there
down.
is truly something
Good
special
down.
about
Sit.
leaving Magic Kingdom as the grand finale of your vacation. I mean,
Yes,
this is
good
it.
sit.
This is the
Good
place
sit.
where Cinderella
Good
Castle
sit.
resides.
Good
So
girl.
if you do follow
Good
this strategy,
sit.
here's my advice for how
Good
to make things
girl.
go super
Good
smoothly
sit.
with
Good
minimum
girl.
breakdowns.
Good
But
girl.
note that a lot of people like
Good
to have Magic
Good
Kingdom a little
girl.
earlier in the trip so that if they want to go back to Magic Kingdom, they can kind of
I'm also take note that we're also working through some anxiety issues, right? Got some separation anxiety going on over here, so that's why she's tethered, right? We got her. We're still working with both of them. We want to keep her tethered up. That's going to help, knowing that she can still get love and reward. She don't have to follow mom around everywhere, right? We're trying to want to create some space between the two of them soon, right? I want to start working in longer distances, right? The more training sessions we can have, we'll start to separate them two at longer distances, comfortable distances for each of them, right? Sit.
You can start making Lightning Lane reservations starting at
Yes,
7
we're
a.m.
still
so
getting
you might
everything
still
we
have
need out of both of them.
Tribune and wait to
Sit.
snap your first Lightning Lane while everyone else sleeps.
Down.
Believe me, if you can start collecting those
Down.
Lightning Lanes right when they go live.
Yeah, so we're still getting what we need out of both of them. Good down. Good down. Sit.
Again, all of this can be kind of
We
tricky
can work with them
here
in
about
the
it
same
first.
environment. Sit
Over
down.
the Disney
Come on.
Genie Plus cheat
Yes,
sheet,
yes,
we've got
sit
some
down.
stuff
Come on.
ready to
You
send
ready to
your
lay
way
down? Come on.
for free.
Down.
You can get it over at disneyfoodblog.com/DisneyGenie+.
Down.
Also, keep in mind that you'll need to grab either a virtual queue or an individual lightning lane for
Almost.
Lightning
She almost gonna go down. We're gonna get her.
Individual lightning lanes and
Sit.
virtual queues are kind of tricky for me to talk
Down.
about at the moment because I get a feeling
Yes.
it's going
Good
to change up
down.
once Tiana's
Good
buying section
down.
of Magic Kingdom
Good
this summer.
down.
But
Sit.
for now, the two individual individual lighting
Sit.
lanes you can buy in this park
Good
are
girl.
and 7 Dwarfs Pine Tree. Try getting into the Tron Cube.
But more or less, we working through her anxiety, right? She's also a little nervous, you know, with people, things like that. Taller people, she's been a little nervous of me a little bit, so we're trying to take some time to get her acclimated, right? What she's doing, okay, right? She's doing a little better. As you can see, yes, good girl. We got some high value treats that we're using right now. Good girl. And we're giving them both of them. So they're really taking to those a little bit well. As you can see, that's it. Down. Rides like Dumbledore's Flying Elephant, Stay.
Under the Sea, Journey of Little Mermaid tend to have much shorter wait times than the others, so that doesn't mean they can't get long. So you may not want to waste a lightning lane on those.
Yes, good stay. Good stay, good girl. Good stay. Good girl. Come.
That being said, these aren't rides you're going to need to prioritize earlier or later. They're
Down.
hit up if their lines are fairly short.
Up.
Do not miss People Mover if you don't have to. It's a gem,
Down.
totally meditative, and worth the ride
Good
when
girl.
you run down
Stay.
the day in Magic Kingdom, but probably not one that you have to prioritize leaving a long line for.
Down.
Ooh, you know what would be so cute on your Magic
Stay.
Kingdom Day? Matching family t-shirts. Good thing we got several really good selections to choose from over on dfbstore.com. You can get unique Disney-inspired tees reflecting your favorite.
Yes, good stay, good girl. That's a good girl, good stay. Good girl, that's a good girl. Yeah, you got the belly rub, good girl. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Good
Moving on to
girl.
shows. I'm telling you, Magic Kingdom is packed with attractions, and that includes being